Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to review week 14 of the 2024 NFL Dream Team season. Another good week for us with a 596, which was somewhat similar to last week, just outside the top 500 of the round, but has seen us sneak up a few spots into the top 10%. So I guess that's sort of where we've been aiming to get to, given the slowish start. So we've got a few weeks to try and hold that rank, but we're moving in the right direction. But we'll have a look at the team and how they went this week. So Josh Allen with 103. Holy wow, how do you get 103 in fantasy? I didn't see his game, if I'm being honest, but that is massive. So what did he get? Passing yards, so 27, so it must be like 270 yards. Rushing yards, so he rushed a bit. So like passing and receiving rushing touchdowns. So 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns. That's epic. Fantastic. He's the guy you want. So that's a massive effort there from Josh Allen. Unreal. Obviously, I guess the reason why the round rank wasn't higher, there's quite a few would have captained him. Jalen Hurts with 47. It's not too bad, but we've missed out on a bit there. Cooper Rush continuing to go all right with 29. Solid backup in case of emergency. The running backs were solid without being spectacular. Saquon with a 28, Bijan 37, HM with a 31, and Kamara with a 20. So if you got off Kamara sort of halfway through the season, probably the right call. But we've stuck fat. And saying that, our sort of target was McCaffrey. He's gone down injured again, so it wasn't the worst call. Henry was on the bye. He'll come back in this week. And Irving failed to replicate his massive score from the previous week, just a 4-point return this week. Our wide receivers, so Jamar Chase once again killed it for us with 75. Pretty sure he had 3 touchdowns and some other stats. Jefferson was quite good too with 57. It'd be interesting to see what Addison got. I know he got 3 touchdowns. And Darnold as well. I know I had him in my redraft league. 5 touchdowns, scored massive. It was good gear. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the 15 was a little bit flat. Obviously didn't take the VC. JSN with 33 was quite good. Cooper Kupp with 35 is good. AJ Brown with just the 12, a little bit underwhelming. But we do get Nico Collins back this week, so it'll be interesting to see where he fits into the squad. Our tight ends, so we did pull the wrong rein there. Laporta was top scorer with 15. Kelsey and Bowers, 12 and 14 isn't the worst, but, I guess Bowers has probably spoiled us, averaging 24.5. But, he's allowed that down game. Bates did well, 22, outscoring Cardi, so that was a win. And the Chiefs with 8 points in defense. Obviously, Washington did not play. So let's have a look at the league. So I'm pretty sure, similar to a lot of games, will be into the finals. Looks like I've got Team 1 first. But, yeah, good win by about 100 points over Lockie's team. Booby Curry, not sure what that's in reference to, but good name. Might have lost Lockie a bit there with a few out. Breece Hall, Lad McConkey. I don't know if he did not play. Oh, no, that's right, he was. That's right, I missed that one. He was a late out, but that's okay. And then, Henry and Jackson obviously weren't available this week, so, a few missed out there. 71 though for Puka Nacua was a great return. Having a look, couple of big 600 pointers. So 690 looks like the highest. So Lyles beats Tyreek. So captain Josh Allen, that's probably the key to success there. Two girls, one cup would have been good to use the loophole with Josh Allen, but I'm pretty sure Saquon played first, so that didn't quite work out. But other than that, pretty solid. Had Chase, had Jefferson, had Hurts. So just solid contributions all around there. For Tyreek Hill with 46 was good, I suppose. One we didn't touch on. Might just have a quick look at some of the other ones. Falcon Time with the 679 did captain um, Josh Allen. He also had Tyreek. Jamar Chase, Kyron Williams with 45 was good. Jefferson. So probably less likely one of these guys has got the magic combo, but Wacko Jacko had Josh Allen as captain. Sam Darnold with the 68. There you go. Crushing it at the quarterback position. So maybe if we go league wide, maybe in the rankings, I reckon there would have been a 777 for Fanticans. So yeah, Allen had Nakua, Chase, Jefferson, Hill, all the sort of guys that went off. Brown and Williams. Chase Brown's another one I've got in my redraft league. That's pretty handy. George Kittle, 36 is quite nice. So, yeah, that was sort of, I think, the right team to have this week because, lots of the guys going off there. I guess, look, just have a quick look, see if we did miss anyone in terms of points. So, Jordan Addison with the 70, as I said, I knew he was pretty good. He was on my bench in the redraft league, which was a bit flat. Zach Charbonnet with 68, that's massive. His price point could be a little cash grab. Would have been great last week at $2 million cheaper. Or $3 million cheaper. Actually, that's the season average there. Or season total. Garendo was good with the 51, so those that went that cheap option, he's jumped up 3 mil. But I think he did go down injured late in the game too. So not having much luck at the running back position in the old Niners. Jacobs continues to be quite good. Jennings stood up with 49. Tua, it looks like he's back in stride with 46. A couple other quarterbacks there. McMillan, pretty cheap option, getting 39 this week. Tim Patrick, didn't realise he'd moved to Detroit, but he sort of popped up out of nowhere with a 38 this week. And then after that, more sort of the players we've already looked at, or players that we would expect to sort of see anyway. Have a quick look at break evens. So Zach Charbonnet far and away the best value this week, negative 43 break even. Isaiah Davis, so if Breece Hall's out again this week, could be a good option at his low price point and negative 19 break even. Drew Lock, if you're looking for a cheap quarterback, it looks like they're going with him for the rest of the year. Taysom Hill's out injured, avoid. Garendo, as I said, followed reports. Tim Patrick, perhaps. I don't know if he's above Jameson Williams or obviously Amon-Ra at the Lions there, so probably one to steer clear of. Jaden Daniels is going to kick again this week, so not that I think you'd bring him in at that price, but if you've got him, he will make a bit more cash. Nothing too major. Justin Jefferson with a negative. Josh Allen with a negative break even is pretty wild, to be fair. So it won't be cheaper next week if you want him. Tyreek Hill probably, is moving in the right direction in terms of price. So pretty good value for what he is capable of. Terry McLaurin's been pretty good this year with obviously Daniels giving him some good service. So it could be an option there too. But before we get into my team, we might have a look at the league. As I said, I'm pretty sure we're into the finals. So it is just straight knockout top eight. So that's why I'm up against Shane this week, number one rank. And for good reason. I didn't highlight his team before, but I know he did pretty well this week. Captain Josh Allen, 633. There you go. So just trying to find some point of difference. Obviously, Lamar Jackson will come in, so him and Hurts will be a point of difference. Running backs is pretty identical. I do have Derrick Henry, so thinking maybe Kamara will make way there. At wide receiver, so got four of the same. But CeeDee Lamb, showing a little bit of form alongside the Cowboys resurgence. Garrett Wilson, DK Metcalf are obviously points of difference there. So it'd be interesting to see what is selected there. At tight end, Dalton Kincaid out might make it a bit easier to choose there. And then the Eagles defense instead of Kansas City. So at the moment, I'd probably rather be on the Eagles defense, but I'm sticking fat with KC. So, in saying that, not going to panic and make any sort of rash trades. Just having a quick look. Nakua would be nice. Charbonnet, I mean, we're pretty good on funds. Like, downgrading Irving, it's like where realistically would we upgrade? We've got 5 running backs, we've got 7 wide receivers, 3 tight ends we're happy with. You'd just be hoarding a third quarterback. It doesn't sort of make sense. It's only if one of these guys goes down injured, and we'll just do that straight trade anyway. So, as I said, probably Henry in for Kamara, I think, is the best setup at running back. At wide receiver is probably a little bit more of a discussion. So, Cooper Kupp up against San Fran on Thursday night. Pretty interesting game. San Fran defense isn't the worst. So, but we'll play him. I mean, he probably will also be the VC given that earlier time. Going to be hard with Puka Nakua in the team as well. But so Dallas against Carolina, that's good news for CeeDee Lamb, I suppose. But in saying that, Carolina was close to Kansas City and Philadelphia recently, so could be a little upset there. KC against Cleveland, so probably not worth worrying about Worthy. Just pardon the pun. Houston against Miami could be a bit of a shootout, so I think we definitely want Collins in. Trying to find another team that matches up on there. Cincinnati against Tennessee. Chase is probably a lock anyway, but that just confirms it. Detroit against Buffalo. So, yeah, St. Brown I think is pretty safe. Seattle against Green Bay. It is at Seattle. But I think just looking at the list, like realistically, Philadelphia against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh defense is pretty good, so it could be AJ Brown that sits out. But I sort of always had JSN as wide receiver 7 in this lot, so probably happy to just park him on the bench. Minnesota against Chicago as well is a nice matchup for Jefferson, I reckon, on Monday Night Football. So Vegas against Atlanta, so Bowers gets another run, I think. And then it's just Kelsey or Laporta. Seems sacrilegious, but I am leaning towards Laporta and the great man T. Kelsey on the pine. Probably come back to bite me, but it is what it is, I think. Bates and Chiefs, we'll stick solid with those two. They've done us well this year. Probably being generous there with saying the Chiefs have done us well. But that's the team. Captain, I mean, with the form he's in, can you really go against Josh Allen? I guess the thing, if thinking about matchups, is Jalen Hurts would be a point of difference as captain. I guess if I go Josh Allen as captain, it's a pretty easy cover. So they do play at the same time too. So not that I usually get up on Monday morning and look at this. It's usually once this video is out, it is very much set and forget. Um, yeah, I think because of the differential, I'm going to go Hurts, and we'll just see where it lands. But yeah, that's the team going into week 15, start of the fantasy playoffs. So if you're still in amongst it, good luck. As always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoy the NFL content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content. Obviously, Big Bash is kicking off later this week. But other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.